Hello and welcome to Sega News Bits. I'm your host George, and with me is Barry.
Somebody stop me.
Yes, because today we're going to be talking about Jim Carrey, but before we get to that, we have to pimp our Patreon. If you like our content and you want to support us, with $1, you're entered to win a Jet Set Radio Sega CD, not Sega CD, for the month of July. If you support us with $5, you get the Sega News Bits Extra Show, where we talk about stuff that wasn't popular enough to make a whole video about. So if you like us, check it out. Let's get right into this video. Supposedly, according to Deadline, they have an exclusive scoop that Paramount Pictures has, I guess, negotiated with Jim Carrey to play Dr. Robotnik, actually Eggman. They keep on calling him Robotnik, so I kind of put it as my title as a joke on Sega Bits.
Yeah.
But it's actually called Dr. Eggman in the movie. They've already had like a material release where they call him Dr. Eggman. So Jim Carrey playing Dr. Eggman. What do you think about this, Barry?
Well, first off, the reporting's so weird. They're showing pictures from the Saturday morning cartoon. They're calling him Robotnik. I mean, that's just not just sloppy reporting, but it's like bad for Sega, I think, just because they're really trying hard to push, like a unified, like imagine like they're saying, oh, Mickey Mouse, but they're calling him some different name and like using some weird screen cap from some, it's just, it's sloppy. It really makes the brand look bad, I think. And Carrey himself, I think, I used to be on the positive side for this. I think this movie looks like trash.
Yeah, it's looking like one of those movies where they had like, I don't know, like Alvin and the Chipmunks, where they bring in an actor that's kind of big, and then they like put him in a situation where you're like, oh, The Rock is a tooth fairy, like Hollywood loves doing these things, right?
Yeah.
Where they put these men in these like sarcastic roles, I guess. And it is kind of funny. I did this in the article, but the last two films by Jim Carrey were in 2016, and they were both kind of like darker indie films. One was a dark comedy, the other one was like a detective movie from like Russia or something.
Yeah.
So he hasn't done anything mainstream for a long time. Why do you think he chose to do a Sonic the Hedgehog movie?
I don't know. I do know that his either girlfriend or fiance committed suicide, and then he got really crazy. There's a Norm Macdonald Live where he's just like ruining the set and like saying like, it doesn't matter, I don't matter, nothing matters. Like he's being really weird, weirder than usual.
It really looks like he really looks like he went like all full in with psychedelics or something, because he's like, he's saying stuff that I've heard people that take a lot of psychedelics say.
Yeah, and
he's all out there. I'm very surprised that this happened, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and this casting news, it kind of, like, I would not be shocked if, a few years from now, we're going to learn that they actually let the voice actors audition, and that they will actually, say that they never gave them the role. Like, they were like, yeah, they said we could, like, Roger Craig Smith, I would not be shocked if he doesn't voice Sonic in the movie, and then they'll be like, and like we'll never hear anything from the voice actors, and then we'll hear Roger Craig Smith say like, yeah, I auditioned and they didn't give it to me, they gave it to Dan Aykroyd,
Yeah, and this is actually kind of weird because we already have a Dr. Eggman, somebody that's been doing it for like over a decade.
Yeah.
So they're gonna...
And instead it's gonna be like Jim Carrey going, where is that hedgehog? I want Sonic. And he'll be in like heavy prosthetics. It just sounds like shit.
Unless he just plays the CGI version of him, but I doubt it.
Yeah, and I did want to add, there is a bit from Jim Giannopoulos. This was, I think, a month ago. And he is the CEO of Paramount Pictures. And he was sold on the story when he was told that Sonic's a delinquent in a straightforward rural environment with local policemen. And he thought it was engaging and good enough where you could see where it's going, which was so stupid. And they were trying to do Sonic in a movie where it's a small-town police officer, and Sonic is desperately in need of a friend, like ignoring Tails, Knuckles, ignoring Angel Island, ignoring the entire lore. It's just like, it's just Sonic dropped into our world. It's gonna be awful. This looks, and I don't know why Sega's doing this. Like, you just got off of Forces. You need to salvage the brand and do a good job. And Team Sonic Racing looks pretty good, but it's like, why are you doing this? Cancel this. Stop it. Stop it now.
Yeah, it feels like everything they didn't want it to be. It's basically a project filled with Hollywood executives that don't know the brand, and they're want to do something political or edgy, like you're saying, it's like urban, it's like whatever, dude. That's not what I remember when I played Sonic the Hedgehog, right?
Yeah. Well, and I hear people going, like, well, you need to adapt for a movie. But like I've said in the past, like, we've seen a Sonic movie. There's a 90-minute animated one. Everything's there for a movie. You just need to write a script. We have comic books that go on, for like 30-issue arcs telling stories. It's not impossible. And then we've seen the Ratchet and Clank movie, right? And that does that. It takes the video game universe and tells a story, albeit it's not a great movie. I think it's like, average, but I would take an average Sonic movie within the Sonic universe to like this trash, where it's like Jim Carrey as Eggman and probably like Paul Rudd voicing Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh wait, no, he's not the cop. Is he the cop now? No,
I
it's
don't
someone
know.
else. It's Marsden. Yeah.
And then there's Tika Stumper. I've never seen her in a movie, but she does those ride-along movies. I've never seen them, but they don't look very interesting for me. Yeah, about this whole thing. Like, I wanted it to be kind of like a Pixar movie, kind of like how that Sonic short, the one with the werewolf, how that reminded me of Pixar movie. I wanted it to be like that, but this seems to be more like Alvin and the Chipmunks bad.
Yeah, I do not have hope for it.
So what do you guys think about Jim Carrey playing Dr. Eggman or Dr. Robotnik? I mean, what do you guys prefer here? Should they stop calling him Robotnik? Is it ruining the Eggman legacy? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. Do some mass thing to close it off.
Smoking.